Hi, I'm Denise Earhart, Economic Development Director with the City of Maricopa. I'm here today visiting with owner Jeff Kay with Crate Coffee Market. Let's go check him out.
Denise, how are you?
Good morning. How's it going?
Excellent.
So happy to be in here.
Welcome. Welcome.
Thanks for having me. So give me the rundown. Tell me about your business.
Crate Coffee Market has been around for a little over 3 years here in Maricopa, about 3.5 years. And what we do here in the store, we do both coffee by the cup, and we also do a lot of whole bean and equipment sales. So here is our coffee menu, our coffee catalog. These are all coffees from different roasters across the U.S. Everything here is no more than 14 days off roast. Most of it we cycle through within 5 to 7 days of being roasted. So that's the key differentiator for Crate, is to provide great coffee, really fresh, from multiple roasters that you don't have access to normally.
Do you have a little bit of everything where you have like a blonde and then like a dark,
exactly.
a decaf?
And that's generally inherent in the roasters that we carry as well. So some of our roasters are more to the medium dark side, others are really lightweight, light roast, third wave style. And we want to make sure that every day we're selecting coffees from each one of the different roasters. We always have a decaf, and we always also have a flavored coffee as well.
So show me how this works. I mean, the pour over, it could be a new concept for some people.
It's a very new concept for a lot of people, and that was one of the big reasons why I wanted to do a retail store in addition to all the distribution, which is a big part of our business. I wanted to make sure that not just share good coffee from good roasters, but also one of the biggest differentiators or things to improve your cup at home is to learn about different ways you can brew. And then doing it manually allows you to control those variables that bring bitterness in and eliminate those. So what we do, nothing's made until someone orders. So let's say you're gonna order a cinnamon hazelnut for the festive holiday season. So when you order, we'll grind it just when you order. So ground coffee starts to degrade within 20 minutes of being ground. And within 2 hours has lost nearly all of its aroma, which has a huge impact on flavor. So if you pre-ground the night before to cut corners and make it easy for your timer, you're actually losing a lot of flavor and ultimately a lot of quality in your cup. So you want to grind just before you brew. And then in terms of the pour over style, what we're doing here is we're gonna do a rinse pour. And what this does, it's gonna take the paper and the pulp taste out of your filter. It's also gonna warm up your brew cone, which is a very important part of the step. So proper extraction it's a thermodynamic extraction. And in order to ensure proper extraction, you want consistency throughout that entire process. So you want the temperature of this to be equal to the temperature of the water you're first gonna use. So it's not gonna cool it down to a point where it's not extracting properly anymore.
And what's the temperature of the water that you're pouring in there?
This is set at 203, but that optimal temperature is 195 to 205 is what you're trying to hit optimally. So, grind the coffee, put it in the filter, and then first thing you do is a bloom pour. If you want to come a little bit closer, I'll show you what that is. So it's about 2 to 3 ounces of water. And what this is doing, it's really just prepping the grounds for extraction. You're not really trying to actually brew right now or extract. And as you can see, that ground bed growing, that's called the bloom. And where that is great to watch is that it's a great indicator of freshness. As coffee ages, that bloom becomes less and less pronounced, and it will actually collapse in on itself. So if it's doing that while you're at home, you know that coffee should be moved out of your home. Yeah. A lot of people come in wanting the sugars and the sweeteners and the flavors. And we have coffees and we have products back here that can actually accommodate that. But after they try it and try it black, a lot of times they're walking out of here now drinking coffee black, just because they can taste the intrinsic flavors of something that has a berry note or a chocolate tone or a graham cracker tone.
what made Maricopa an ideal place for your business?
My family and I have lived in Maricopa now for 13 years, 14 years. My wife has a business here, and what better way to really ingrain yourself into the community even further than the things that you normally do than to start a business, employ people, and share a passion with people that you see every day in your business, but also see in the grocery store, or see at the movie theater, that kind of stuff, or at a restaurant.
Your business has sort of evolved. At first it was sort of distribution and some of the tools that are needed, but it's really sort of become a cornerstone to our community. Can you tell us a little bit more about the experience here?
I opened this location with the retail store, but primarily the focus was on distribution. And it still is a big part of our business and will always be a big part of our business. But what surprised me is I didn't think the retail store was actually going to do all that well. It's such a different concept than what you would traditionally see from a coffee shop. And the retail store, after now 3.5 years, the retail side of it has really done well. We've got a lot of great customers. We see a lot of people day in, day out. We got a lot of regulars. So the business evolved to focusing strictly on distribution, to now having retail a very key component of the business model. But the beauty of it now is that it's self-sustaining and self-sufficient. So now I can go back and focus back on the distribution while my great staff can continue to serve customers here.
So share with me why residents or just people should support local businesses.
Obviously your money stays local, your tax dollars stay local. For example, myself and my wife, the revenue that we bring in supports staff that live here in Maricopa, and they in turn spend that money. But where Maricopa really needs now is continue to grow, continue to provide the services that we are missing. And the only way those services are going to come in is if there's proof that the money is here and people are willing to support them.
So how can people find Craig Coffee Market?
Many ways. Most people just randomly stumble in as they're going to the post office, since we're so off the beaten path, per se. But they can go to, obviously, Yelp, TripAdvisor, www.craigcoffee.com, or they can just come on in at 44870 West Hathaway Avenue, Suite 3, right over by the post office, in between the Friendly Car Wash and the Maricopa Post Office.
Well, congratulations on 3.5 years of business.
Thank you.
And we're excited to feature you in Business Beat.